Welcome, everybody, to this talk session with our friend Tami Raven. Tami, would you care to say a few words?
Hello, everybody. I was invited over here to have a little chat with Jade, and I thought I'd come and do that.
And how about telling us how you got started with Second Life?
All right, well, my late wife was involved with Second Life for years, and when she had me retire, she decided it was time for me to have something to do other than, go fishing every day. So she had me, she told me, get in there and sit at your desk and turn on your computer, and she came in and she developed Tami. And she said, okay, this is you. Only Raven wasn't the last name. When it first started, it was just Tami. And, she used to come in and, her and I chat. She took me around to all the places, and I'd, wander around on my own. And I ran into a young lady named Terry Evans one day. And Terry introduced me to Bloodlines. And I had a partner at the time that I had developed over a month or so. And her name was Allison. And Allison and I had partnered, and I had told her about me joining Bloodlines, and she met Terry and talked, and she joined Bloodlines. Then kind of fizzled, and we ended up on our own, and Allison said, why don't we just start our own family? And we did. And we started the Ravens family. And, okay, it went through, I think, 2 or 3 other names before we settled on the Ravens family. And we always used Latin instead of just plain, English. We thought it would make us sound a little more interesting. And that's how it all started.
And for those viewers that do not know what Bloodlines is, would you explain, please?
Yeah, that's the vampire, werewolf, angels, and demons game. It's kind of a social network, really. When you join, if you're a blood doll or a human, the vampire will bite you, and then you get the human HUD if you want, or you can, become a vampire yourself after a period of time. And you just get to enjoy me clan. They call them clans, but in our case, we have never referred to ourselves as a clan. We have always referred to ourselves as a family. But we always, Allison and I always wanted our members to feel like they were members of a family. We tried very hard to, keep it interesting for people. And as the years went on, now this was 11 years ago that we started this, and we still exist, and we're growing slowly, but anything that doesn't grow dies, and we slowly add new members here and there. Not a great number of members, but we add a few. We have no interest in being the biggest family in Second Life or in Bloodlines. We try very, very hard to be the friendliest family in Bloodlines. After a couple of months of the family growing, we started out with 4 members. Inside of a couple of months, we were up to about 25 members. And because I would wander around, and my one and only gift is talking to people. That's the only gift I have in life, is I'm able to talk to people. And I would talk to people, and some of them would be interested, and some of them wouldn't. And those that weren't were more than welcome to still hang around with us and have a good time. And we decided that our family should have a club where we could all meet on a Friday night and talk about our week and talk about how, what we discovered in Second Life, different places we'd gone, different shops we'd been to, different places like Paris in the 1890s, or the ancient Roman Colosseum, or ancient Egypt, or boat races, or places like that we had been to, where we found interesting things, and we would share them and share the locations, and try to help others, and that we knew have a good time. And we named the club Masquerade because, let's face it, here in Second Life, the purpose of Second Life is so you can be whoever you want to be, would like to be, but can't be in real life. So it's all one giant masquerade.
And you just answered my next question.
Yes, we wanted people to feel good about the idea of being who they are in Second Life. And as a masquerade, they can feel good. We do not demand anybody be anything other than who they want to be. And if somebody comes into into Masquerade as a woman, and they're really a guy, okay, so what? You present as a woman, therefore you are a woman as far as we're concerned. Who you are in real life is your business. It's not our business unless you feel like sharing, unless it's something you feel like sharing. Like, everyone knows I'm a 75-year-old man. Everyone that knows me knows that. If you've known me for any length of time, you know what I am. I don't hide it. It's, you can accept it or not, and if you don't want to, that's up to you. I don't demand that anybody accept me as they see me. It's totally up to each individual how they feel about me. And,
Tami,
yeah.
how beneficial do you think it has been being in Second Life?
Excuse me, had to get some coffee. It's been great for me. I have met lifelong friends. I mean, real life friends. I haven't met them, but they are my real life friends. I don't know if any of you know. Any of you that know me know, but those of you that do not know me, I just came out of 6 weeks in the hospital. I just came home yesterday. And, or no, I came home day before yesterday. I came home from the hospital. And I had a real bad infection. I've already lost one leg, and we thought I was going to lose my other leg. But they were able to save the leg, and everything's healing, and I'm doing great. But these lifelong friends, the whole time I was in the hospital, I spoke to them every day, several of them. Fortunately, I was able to take a laptop to the hospital with me, so I was able to stay in Second Life and stay in touch with everybody and let them know the progress of my recovery. Several of them had my phone number, and I was able to text them pictures of my leg, as bad as it was when I first went in. And they were, oh my God, you're going to lose that leg. And all of us thought I was going to lose the leg. The surgeon took one look at it and said, no, I think we can save the leg, and he was able to. as it stands right now. The nurse that changed the bandages yesterday feels that in a week, maybe two, I will not need it to be bandaged anymore, that it'll be healed up enough that I can start to treat the skin, where the skin is kind of dried out right now. I'll be able to start treating the dry skin. But that's the way that is. But as I said, the friends I have made here in Second Life, all of them, and I mean that they're in San Diego, they're in Portland, Oregon, they're in Tampa, Florida, they're in Massachusetts. I've got several in Massachusetts, in different parts of Massachusetts, and they've all been, how are you, almost every day. A few years ago, I had a heart attack and had to have a triple bypass. While I was in the hospital, my partner at the time, Allison, was on the phone to my wife several times a day until and wanting an update, and we finally came up and told her to just tell the hospital, you're my brother, and I gave him my brother's name. I said, that's who you claim to be, and you call them, and just, being my brother, they have to give you the information so that he could stay up to date on what was going on with my condition. Because Susan told me that he was driving her crazy with what's going on, how's he doing, everything. And you will find, if you stay in Second Life for any length of time, you will make friends. Some friends will come and go, but you will make friends, some of which will stay your friend forever. Some will become real life friends. You get out of Second Life what you put into Second Life. It's just like real life. You get out of life what you put into life. The more you care about people, the more you present yourself as a caring person, the more people will care about you. Masquerade stays open 6 days a week. The only exception to that is holidays. On Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day, I am always open. Masquerade is always open. Because I've been, I keep it open because I worry about the suicide rates over those holidays. And I remember being thousands away from family and friends, and how alone it made me feel. And so I try to stay open so that those that feel that they're alone have some place to go. I may only be pixels, but I'm a real person on this side of the screen. And I will be there for anyone and everyone, anytime they reach out for someone. I've always been that way. I was in Alcoholics Anonymous for 33 years. And, they tell you, you reach your hand, anyone who reaches their hand out, be sure you're there to, reach your hand out to them. And I very much have always tried to live up to that. And I do it in my everyday life. I drink now, but only within limitations. It's not like the old days when I could, pound them down. But it's a thing to where you will get out of Second Life what you are willing to put in. If you offer friendship to people and you try to be a friend, you will find you have friends. Some friends may even become your lovers. I know of one couple that met in Second Life. They are now real life married and living together. And so it is possible. It depends on what you are willing to give of yourself and What you're willing to give of yourself, you will receive from others. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen. It's taken us 11 years to build the Ravens family and Masquerade to what it is today. And we're not knocking it out of the ballpark every day with huge numbers of people that come to Masquerade. No. But we, when we get together, love each other as friends and just as other Second Life members. And we would very much like to see you contact us and maybe come by and, sample Masquerade. Masquerade may be what you like, it may not be. Our DJs choose their own music. The club does not tell them what to play or what they cannot play. We do ask no gangster rap. They can play anything. They can play rap if they want. Just we ask no gangster rap. But we only ask it. We don't demand that they not play it. Sometimes they'll play a few of those that they like. But we never tell them no, they can't. I make good coffee.
Well, let's see, what else can I ask you? The physical club itself in Second Life, how long has that been in existence?
Just under 11 years. This October, Masquerade will be 11 years old.
So it's been around as long as you have.
It started shortly after we, Allison and I joined Second Life within 2 days of each other.
Mm.
We met 6 months later, and we have been close ever since. Allison is an attorney, and her law office has grown substantially over the past few years, and she no longer has time for Second Life. She and I stay in touch by telephone. We text each other and call each other and send pictures of, what's going on in our lives to each other. And she has 2 sons now, both in college, and her business has just exploded over the last 2 years. And she just does not have time for Second Life anymore. But the friendship between Allison and I is as strong today as it was 11 years ago when we first started. We love each other as human beings.
Tami?
Yeah.
I've heard stories that your club has moved from one place to another in Second Life.
Yes, we have. Over the years, we have had to move. Like when I had the triple bypass and everything, we basically, as far as the vampire part of it goes, and had to shut for a short period of time. While I recovered, I was spending 12 to 16 hours a day, and said, no, you're not going to do that anymore. You can have 6 hours a day, and if you try to go over that, I will unplug your computer. She just flat told me, she said I could not go in more than 6 hours a day. She demanded I retire, and that, I just couldn't, do it anymore because she was worried about my health. And so I had to cut back on the hours I spent in Second Life. And I still spend 6 to 8 hours or longer. Allison and I are no longer partnered, but as I said, we are still as close today as we were 11 years ago because she no longer has the time for Second Life. I have another love interest in my life. She is very much, you know, that's as real life as it is Second Life. We speak, you know, we speak most every day. You know, she understands that. We talk about, you know, when we get together, like we were just talking an hour or so ago. We were talking about sports and the NCAA tournament and those kind of things. Her favorite sports teams. And turns out we have a couple of sports teams that we really enjoy getting to cheer for them together. And, you know, when she's in the operating theater, her nurses will come and check her Second Life message board or messages from me, and if there's messages from me, they will take them to her while she's in the operating theater. And yeah, but then we'll spend hours, you know, when she has the time, we will spend hours talking to each other. We've talked today for about 2.5 hours. It was slow since while everybody was watching the basketball game, the Michigan State basketball game. And, because she's in Detroit, and she had a little time to talk to me. No emergency, man. Amen.
Yeah. Oh,
But,
Tami,
yeah.
I understand you have an interesting story on how the club got its present location.
Yes. A few years ago, the lady that owns the sim that we are on now had come to the club. A friend of hers had come to Masquerade and brought her there. And I met her. Finally, she came up and wanted to meet me. And we got to talking. And I was in the process. I was going to lose the sim because I just could not afford it at that present time. And I was going to have to look for a smaller place to have the club, a less expensive place to have the club. And she came up and asked me, you know, told me, she said she had always wanted to have a club on her sim. But she did not know anything at all about running a club. And she asked me, would I be interested in running a club on her sim? And I got to laughing, and I told her, I said, I was just, you know, looking for a new place to have the club at, because I can't afford this club, this, you know, land anymore. I said, so I was looking for a place to move us to. And she said, oh, well, great. She said, and she took, her and I changed friend requests. She told me, she said, I'll teleport you someplace tomorrow. And she left. And the next day, she sent me a TP and brought me to what is now Masquerade. She had gone out and found a club and purchased it and put it on the land. And, you know, it was a thing to where we negotiated a price and everything. And I've been there on the wrestling Sims land ever since. Just because you see it where it says that it's Skybox Wrestling. Just because it says that doesn't mean that you're in a wrestling sim. That is, the sim is wrestling, but the location where they have the wrestling is a different location on the sim. It has nothing to do with Masquerade at all. But she and I have been good friends ever since I came there. We have brought the numbers on her wrestling sim up to where it's beneficial to her and it's beneficial to us. And, you know, that's, you know, again, like I said, you get out of Second Life what you do it. The more friendly you are with people, the more friends you will find you have. I love everybody that comes to Masquerade, and they all know it. you know, I try to help everybody I can that asks for help or that needs help. And, you know, they have helped me in ways, you know, like contacting me while I was in the hospital. I've been in the hospital several times, and they have contacted me and made sure I knew I wasn't alone or forgotten. And that matters a lot when you're laying in an ICU unit. And, yeah, it's, you know, I have a lot of fun with a lot of people in Second Life. Damn anybody for their sex lives in Second Life. Their sex life is their own goddamn business. We ask only two things of people that come to, well, three things of people that come to Masquerade. Don't be belligerent. Please do not talk of religion, and please do not speak of politics, because those three things, you're never going to find, you know, people that agree. You know, there's always going to be a difference of opinion, and we, you know, so we ask people not to be belligerent. We do not want drama or any problems at Masquerade. We're there to have a good time. We want everyone that comes there to have a good time. We have the best disc jockeys and the best. They are the most friendly and caring that I could find.
And Tami, is there anything that you would like to say? Hopefully, the Lindens that create Second Life, or see you, and you would like to say to them?
I would like them to understand that there are many of us, I mean very many of us, lives. We have a great deal of our lives wrapped up in Second Life. We want this to continue. We want it to get better. We like the graphics upgrades that they've made over the years. We love several of the upgrades they've made over the years and other things. And we would just like them to understand that Second Life is a very, very big part of our lives, because we are in touch with so many people. My Facebook account has maybe 30 friends. My Second Life account has over 600 bases. I speak to maybe 200 of those people, which is a lot of people to be in contact with. I'm not talking about every day or even every week, but on a regular basis, I talk to several of, you know, many of the people in my friends list. I have several that are, have either already made arrangements to meet or are making arrangements to meet with me personally in real life. I am friends with other clan leaders, and I go to their club or their clan homes and visit with them. They visit ours, and we, you know, we are friendly with them. I don't know of anybody really in Second Life that any of the Ravens have any problems with.
Okay.
In the 11 years that we have had Masquerade, we have had to ban 2 people. And that's it. We've never had to ban any others. And one of them we still speak to. It's just we can't allow them in the club because they have mental issues. And if they don't take their medications, they are, you know, they are difficult. And so we, you know, I still speak to them, but we cannot allow them to come into Masquerade and cause disturbances.
Okay.
But that's how, you know, how freewheeling and free, you know, free of spirit we are at Masquerade. We be something they don't want to be. We want them to come there, be themselves, and enjoy their second life.
Okay, Tammy. I'm going to bring it to a close now.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for having me. And I hope I did not just gab on and on.